Okay, this video here is done at the request of one of the students who wanted to know or have a refresher course on how to do citations. Pretty much everything on this worksheet that I'm going to tell you does come from the Purdue OWL website. So if you need another refresher, go directly to that website and they can give you these examples plus a few more. So the thing to understand is that modern language association follows the method of author page number for an in-text citation, and that means that you are documenting as you are writing. And be sure to do this while you are drafting, because it is next to impossible to accurately put in your citations after the fact. You're also just making so much more work for yourself. Okay, and also remember as well is that if you have a citation in your paper, I'm going to be looking for it on the works cited page. Okay, there's actually 3 ways that you can document your source, and it depends on exactly how the sentence is crafted. The one thing that's always going to happen is that you're always going to have your page number in there. Okay, so these 3 examples here show what I'm talking about. Wordsworth stated that romantic poetry was marked by, quote, a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. 263. Romantic poetry is characterized by the, quote, spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Wordsworth 263. Wordsworth extensively explored the role of emotion in the creative process. 263. What you can see here is that this is the same information cited 3 different ways, but all of them are done correctly. What is done here is we have our direct quote shown by the quotation marks, and we have our page number for this source. We already know who said it because it was included in the sentence itself. Wordsworth stated. However, in our next example here, we have that same exact quote, but because the author did not include Wordsworth in the sentence itself, it has to be in the citation. Last name, page number. As you can see, there is no comma between this. It is just last name, page number. Note as well with both of these that the period goes after the citation. This last one here, there's no direct quote. Wordsworth extensively explored the role of emotion in the creative process, but there still is a citation. We have our author right there, and it's implied that that comes from that source. But why is that? Why did we have to put a citation if there's no direct quote? It's because this is not the author of the paper's original idea. Something you always have to remember is that you have to cite anything that is not general common knowledge. This is what's known as a parenthetical citation. This is a direct quote citation. This is a parenthetical citation, and this right here is what always trips students up, is remembering to document information that you paraphrase from your other sources. Whenever you don't have an author, you're going to use a shortened phrase or even just a word from your source. So we can see this one here. We see so many global warming hotspots in North America, likely because this region has, quote, more readily accessible climatic data and more comprehensive programs to monitor environmental change. And this comes from the article, Impact of Global Warming, on page 6. And I know that this is an article because it's in quotation marks. And here's the citation that goes along with it, that if I were to look at that in the works cited page, because of the word or phrase that is used, I could quickly find it in there. So the entire title was The Impact of Global Warming in North America, and the author just used Impact of Global Warming. If you cite more than one work by a particular author, you need to include a shortened title for the particular work you are quoting. You may or may not come across this, but I have had students have this problem before. So we can see Leitner has argued that computers are not useful tools for small children. Our citation, too soon, page 38, though he has acknowledged elsewhere that early exposure to computer games does lead to better small motor skill development in a child's 2nd and 3rd year. Hand-eye development, 17. So what's great about this example here is that we have our author made clear because it's Leitner, and we're using words from the titles in both of these. This is also an example of that paraphrased information citation. This is also an example about how you can cite in the middle of a sentence. You don't always have to have your citation at the end of a sentence. It says, additionally, if the author's name is not mentioned in the sentence, you would format your citation with the author's name followed by a comma, followed by a shortened title of the work. So if you, like this one here, said Lightnor has argued, so we didn't have to do that. This you can see. Visual studies, because it is a new discipline, may be too easy. Elkins, comma, article title, visual studies, no comma, 63. Okay. Remember, big old bold right here. Even if you paraphrase information, if it does not fall under the category of common knowledge, you must give a citation. I'll let you pause right here. I'm not going to read this whole thing to you, but I'll let you pause so you can see that this paragraph here comes from a paper that I wrote while I was in grad school about Mary Shelley and Frankenstein. And it gives an example about if you cite from the same source consecutively, you only need to give a page number. So you can see with my citations here why I don't have an author last name in this. So I'll let you pause and you can read through that paragraph, okay? In the event that you are citing poetry, remember to show line breaks with forward slashes like we went over with the Odyssey. If you are going to quote Shakespeare for any given reason, remember that you do direct quotes with accent and line. Okay, so I really hope this helps. Remember that you can always Google the Purdue OWL website and get more help in doing your quotes. Oh gosh, before I go, I wanted to point out as well, we still had some people having problems with this when we were working on the Odyssey pages or papers. Remember that quotes must grammatically flow. Okay, so we can see this one here. Wordsworth stated that romantic poetry was marked by a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. We see so many global warming hotspots in North America, likely because this region has more readily accessible climactic data, blah, blah, blah. Remember, quotes must go within a sentence and flow grammatically and agree grammatically. They cannot just hang out by themselves, okay? If you have trouble integrating your quotes, by all means, you can ask me while you're doing your drafting process. Good luck, everyone.